Hello, and thank you for joining us for this special stamp launch. The subject of this stamp is very close to my heart. As a proud Nova Scotian and a big music lover, it brings me great joy to announce today that we are honoring one of Canada's greatest folk musicians, Stan Rogers. While he was born in Hamilton, Ontario, Stan had a profound love and respect for the Maritimes from a very early age. He spent much of his time on Canada's East Coast, soaking in the sights, sounds, and Celtic traditions of his family roots. A passionate storyteller, his songs captured the true spirit of Canada, from its vast natural beauty to the sailors, fishers, and farmers who made a living from the land and sea. At Canada Post, our iconic stamp program recognizes Canadians who have made a remarkable contribution to Canada's culture and our history. Clearly, Stan is one of those special people. Nearly 40 years since his tragic passing, the music of Stan Rogers inspired some of our most well-known and treasured artists. We asked some of Canada's incredible musicians to join us today and pay tribute to Stan Rogers and his wonderful legacy. And it's my pleasure to share their stories with you now.
When I first came to this land, oh, a land alive with plunder, to take at the stretching of the hand.
I first heard Stan Rogers when I was at Queen's in the late 70s, and I would go to see Stan and his brother, Garnet, and they'd be at the Scarecrow.
To ladies back in France.
He's a very powerful performer, a very powerful man with that baritone voice. And so that was something that really hooked me.
Down in Fogarty's Cove, she will walk the sandy shore so plain, watch the cobras rolling.
I think Stan Rogers' music is classic. And you'd almost think that his music is traditional, and that these tales have been passed on for generations. And I think that's because his storytelling is both educational and informative. It sings about different places across the country, the way of life there, and historical events. And it does so in a timeless manner.
She's a kindly Cape Islander, old but still sound.
Stan expanded the vocabulary of Canadian folk music immensely, and by doing so expanded our culture. It helped add to our culture that resonates with all of us.
Long ago they all moved to the cities, and the ones left behind old and tired and blind.
His stories, his historic stories of the majesty of this country, the great expanse of this country, the drama of this country, and also the love and the struggles of the common man resonate with all of us still.
She went down last October in a pouring driving rain. The skipper he'd been drinking and the maid he felt no.
To me, Stan Rogers' voice and passion is the main attraction when I hear him play, when I listen to him. There's so much conviction in his delivery. He believes so strongly in what he's telling us. But his voice, it's so warm and powerful. It's like a big bear hug.
When a bloody great Yankee hove in sight, with our cracked 4-pounders we made to fight, goddamn.
In many ways, he was one of those characters that he wrote about. He was an explorer, and he was out there laying the ground for up-and-coming performers like the Rankin family.
Yankee lay low down with gold.
You meet anybody from the East Coast or from Newfoundland, and they all of a sudden play a song. I say, what is that song? Oh, that's a Stan Rogers song, or that's a traditional that he used to do. And so there's a power in just the earthiness of them and the stories they tell that I think will never be gone.
He had a thunderous voice, but a gentle soul, and that came across in his music, in how he wrote, and how he sang.
No rock it was that got her, but what I found made me heart stop cold. For every seam poured water, I'll go to sea no more.
Thank you to Natalie McMaster, Heather Rankin, Tom Cochran, and Jim Cuddy for helping us to honor Stan Rogers. It's talented artists like these that help ensure Stan's deep love for his craft and country lives on. His incredible songbook is also celebrated every July at the annual Stan Rogers Folk Festival. The event marks its 25th anniversary in 2021. It's normally held in Canso, a small former fishing village on the northeastern tip of mainland Nova Scotia, right next to Chedabucto Bay. He vacationed there as a child every summer. I've been there myself, and it's a beautiful part of Nova Scotia. This year it will take place virtually, and I encourage everyone to check it out online if you can. Now I'd like to turn it over to Stan's widow, Ariel Rogers, to say a few words about him.
I think for myself and for the rest of the family that I can honestly say that it's a huge honor to have Stan commemorated, his memory commemorated, his contributions to Canadian music, to culture, to the arts. It has a very troubadour-like appearance to it. I love the colors. I love the fact that the image is in front of an actual shot of what would probably be the location of Fogarty's Cove on the eastern shore of Nova Scotia. The fact that he's been put into an oceanside situation, it makes complete and utter sense to me. So thank you. Thank you very much for such an incredible honor. I really appreciate it, and so does my family.
Thank you to Ariel and our incredible Canadian artists for being part of this wonderful tribute. You can learn more about Stan Rogers and the stamp on the Canada Post website. Thank you, and please stay safe.
She'll ask me to go home with her for a drink or two. Now her smile lights her eyes, but honey, all I see is you. And I just want to hold you closer than I've ever held anyone before. You say you've been